And for more on this, I'm joined now on the line from Washington, D.C. by Arise News correspondent Aneze Osakwe. Hello, Aneze. Now we have developing events from a video on Truth Social by President Trump to the latest reporting about a tangible plan to strike. How should we be reading this, and what more can you tell us?
I mean, good to be with you as well, Adesua. I think that, you have laid everything out. The package before laid everything out, perfectly. The fact of the matter is that the situation has escalated dramatically in such a short period of time. It was literally just last Saturday that President Trump first made this post on Truth Social where he talked about going in guns a-blazing. By Sunday, he said that there was this possibility of sending in airstrikes and troops on the ground. And here we are on Thursday, and President Trump has just put out this new video. It was a short clip, but, it captured a lot of people's attention because while he did reiterate everything that he essentially said last weekend about, going in guns a-blazing and warning the Nigerian government to get its act together when it comes to fighting insecurity and this alleged Christian genocide, there was a sense of urgency in this video that President Trump posted. It seemed like some sort of pre-recorded remarks that were potentially done at the White House, but, the video was to the point. He was very direct. And then on top of that, you have this new reporting as you just played from the New York Times, that lays out the three different variations of how the U.S. plans to intervene militarily in Nigeria if they do decide to go that route. And I think that, you can kind of look at the U.S.'s response as very, it seems very created to, and it's very clear. It's just a very clear-cut plan that they have established. And when you juxtapose that with what we've heard from the Nigerian government, we did hear from President Tinubu today for the first time speaking about this. It's not as clear what the Nigerian government intends to do. We know that we have repeatedly denied these allegations that a Christian genocide is taking place, but we have yet to get a clear sense from the government as to how we do plan to fight insecurity, because as we know, it does affect Nigerians, both Muslim and Christians alike. So, the U.S. really came forward with a lot of urgency in their planning, and we're kind of waiting to see something similar from the Nigerian government as well.
Aneze, I'm beginning to think that you have a crystal ball you're looking into, because you had raised concerns that Nigerians had not heard from President Tinubu directly since the weekend, and now he has spoken for the first time. But you're on ground in Washington, D.C. What is the engagement between the Nigerian government and Washington, if any, at this point? Do you know of any?
So interestingly enough, I think that when we heard from President Tinubu today, he emphasized the fact that Nigeria was pursuing diplomatic channels. And this is something that we also heard from the Minister of Information. I think it was just yesterday when he made that speech in Abuja, and he said, the president is pursuing diplomatic channels, formal channels, to essentially clear the air when it comes to these allegations of a Christian genocide in Nigeria. That being said, yes, as I've been here for the last few days, we did reach out to the Nigerian embassy here in Washington, D.C. today. And when I called, someone picked up, and it did seem to be someone who was maybe in an admin role. And they said that they would essentially patch me through to the consular officer. But when they patched me through, the phone just rang and it went straight to voicemail. So, there's a sense that there might be someone here on the ground who's working diplomatically behind closed doors that we don't know, but that's not confirmed. And the fact that, we attempted to get some sort of clarity from the Nigerian embassy here in D.C., literally where, the White House is, where Capitol Hill is, where everything is happening, and we weren't able to get a single response. I'm not sure that really provides a sense that, the government is so open about where they stand exactly with the American government on these diplomatic discussions that they say are taking place. That being said, it's possible that the diplomatic discussions are not with the United States. As you mentioned, the Chinese ambassador has said that they're willing to offer support. they're willing to offer support as well as Europe as well. So, we'll see what happens as this unfolds for the next few days, but it's definitely a story
right.
that we'll keep watching.
Thank you so much, Aneze, for the job you're doing there in Washington, D.C., our correspondent on the ground.